hungry for a deeper sound. Oh, take me today, take me away from here. I'd rather get caught, get away with me, far away with me, shake me up, take me, don't give up, you know me, show me how, faster, faster now. Light shine on shadows, don't crumble from the weight of it all. Sit tight, it's coming, yeah, it's coming, I'm coming. You make it so hard, you make a good case to say, we'll take it too far. Far away with me, far away with me, shake me up, take me, don't give up, show me how, faster, faster now. Wake me, shake me up, take me, don't give up, show me how, faster, faster now. Wake me, shake me up, take me, don't give up, know me, show me how, faster, faster now. Wake me, shake me up, take me, don't give up, know me, show me how, faster, faster now.
Oh. All right, ladies and gents.
Mr.
Can you hear me, Lewis?
Brown, take it away.
All
Yeah, I
right.
can hear you.
Well,
Welcome. All right, here we are.
super exciting stuff. We're jamming out over here in the Web3 in the metaverse, Ropeadope Lounge. And we just finished listening to a track from an upcoming album. This is actually the world premiere. The album is set for release on July 22nd, this coming Friday, but we're giving you guys a sneak peek to a few tracks. And we just heard a track from the album titled Borrowed Ladders, Vela Vada. The track was titled Wake Me, featuring Maggie and Brian. Help me out here. Mag, how do you pronounce Maggie's last name?
Maggie Corner.
Corner. All right. Awesome track. Amazing stuff. I'm just really excited to be here and dive deep into the world and the thinking of Brian Danos here at the metaverse. How's everyone out there in the virtual world? I just want to say hi and see. Oh, I'm getting waves. I'm getting virtual waves and everything. Amazing stuff, guys. We're super excited. I'm here with Mr. Lewis Marks, CEO of Ropeadope, and Brian Danos here on his premiere for his album. And we're super excited. Brian, maybe just jump in here and tell me a little bit about that track that we just heard from.
Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you for having me. This is wild. It's exciting, and it's so great that Ropeadope's embracing all this new technology and helping us artists come into the new way of doing things. So, yeah, the first track was "Wake Me." Maggie Kerner is just an institution down here. It's just such a powerful voice. She's been with everybody from Galactic into her own solo stuff. It's just amazing. So yeah, it's one of those tracks where I had written it, and you know how well somebody sings by seeing them live. and hearing their music. But when you're standing next to somebody like her with her voice is so powerful, it's kind of awe-inspiring. It was a great recording session, and I can't recommend checking out all her stuff enough. All of her, she just came out with a new record about a year ago, and it's great. So very lucky to have her.
Super hip, and the features on this album is not short of amazingness. It's not just Maggie Man. I'm seeing 79ers Gang, I'm seeing Brad Walker, I'm seeing Nicholas Payton, and so many others. Maybe Brian, let's jump in and talk to me a little bit about this process. I know originally when you had this concept for this album, this was going to be kind of a one-man show, kind of an approach of you just doing it. How did it evolve from that to the star-studded, playlist of awesome artists and musicians?
Yeah, so I started it thinking it's just going to be a solo, down-tempo electronic jazz mix. I grew up playing horn, saxophone, and stuff, and clarinet, and I was like, I want to bring the electronic elements in to mixing that with more organic textures like horns and stuff. And so I've always been the person that's gravitated towards sound. I fell in love with sounds from an early age. And so I wrote the album, then I started writing these horn parts. And I was talking to some friends. I said, I need to find somebody that can help me record, find some people locally to help record. And friends of mine introduced me to Eric Heigl, who helped produce the album, and he's amazing. He's won a Grammy with Lost Bayou Ramblers. He's Arcade Fire's engineer. He's played in their live band. So anyway, he knows everybody in town. And I would come to him and I'd be like, man, I'm into this like Nicholas Payton album. I'd love to find somebody that sounds like Nicholas Payton. He's like, why don't we just call Nicholas Payton? So it's one of those things. Every time I brought a reference up, he would say, why don't we he just knows them. So I was really lucky. I really wanted to, kind of make an homage to New Orleans, where I grew up, in a different kind of way than, there's some amazing like New Orleans funk and brass hop, but kind of more into the electronics world, merging those two elements together.
Yeah, I really dig that story. And it's funny, you drop a name and then all of a sudden they transpire on the album. That's absolutely amazing. But digging through this, man, I know the term genre-less gets thrown around a lot, but it's really fluid. It's really what you're doing is you can tell where your roots are from. You can tell that's all in there. But with the electronic vibe on top of it, man, I'm just really, I'm really curious what kind of inspirations. I mean, I know you have some guys on here, but what's the inspiration for putting this together? What's the vibe? You have the roots of New Orleans and the electronic vibe. How do you blend that? Like, where does that come from?
Yeah. So like I said, I grew up playing horns, and then I moved on to guitar, and like, I was never the greatest guitar player. I was always the guy with the massive pedal board, just trying to find new sounds and like making these weird textures. And that's how I kind of gravitated into synths, because obviously it's unlimited. And so what I really did, a lot of the textures in the album isn't just a synthesizer. It's actually something being played by somebody or myself and then processed, because there is that human element that's still something we all identify with. They say samples today are really amazing, and it comes so far. And they say, a violin sample can make the hair on your hand, on your arm stand up, but somebody playing a violin next to you can actually make you cry. So there's still some human element that is there. And so I like taking that human element and processing it so it retains that performance, but still adding these new textures and arriving at that.
Super hip. Let's jump into another track here. Lewis, I'm going to throw it back to you in the metaverse and in the Ropeadope Lounge over there. And what are you feeling is next to queue up on the playlist?
Well, I'm going to leave it to you guys now.
Well, I'm putting that pressure right back up.
Stuff last week. Yeah, no, I get you. I don't know. 1892 rings like, sounds like a good number to me. Eclipse 1892.
The sun don't suit you. No, don't let it go. 'Cause it gets lonely, loving your shadow. along.